Aren't we scary? Okay, so one of my celebrity friends wrote me and said, how can somebody who can run multi-million-dollar businesses or have all these cameras on them and be so popular and in demand and do just about everything, like climb every mountain and do every deed fearlessly, but when it comes to love, they're terrified and they run away, or they take forever to ever approach you or ask you out. And I laughed, and she said, I'm serious. I said, I know, this is a really common thing. So I got an answer for that. Although I do, anyway, anything that's super awesome is going to scare the doo-doo out of you. Yes, I said doo-doo. All right, so keep in mind, you guys, this isn't our first go-around. We've had past lives with these people, and they've been pretty traumatic, pretty tragic, people dying and stuff like that. If you've seen some of the past lives I've seen, oh man, it's like unbelievable, the stuff that we've been through with each other when we meet this person. So that's first and foremost what scares them, or us, whichever shoes you're in. So there's a familiarity there, and there's a feeling of home, and there's a feeling of, yeah, it's yeah. And then there's, oh shit. You might even run away, like physically run away, or run in circles, or scream, or jump up and down, or freak out. But it's because you're so in love with them from way back when, however many past lives you guys have been in together, but you guys go way, way back. And you remember the awesomeness, but you also remember all of the shit you went through. All of the arguing with family, all of the tragedy, the animals that were affected, it's like the list goes on and on. So that's first and foremost, I would say. 2, we get comfortable. We get comfortable in the way that our life is. We might be people pleasing. We might be like, I have it all, like my family and my friends like it, not exactly how I like it, or maybe you've even convinced yourself you do, but you find this other person, it's like, well, this would change my whole world. I would have to really open my mind. I would have to really, this would stretch me. This would make my family mad. This would make me mad in some ways. This would make, this would upset my world. And this is a huge challenge. Or so you think. It's like usually for a while you'll focus on all the obstacles, but we don't live in the same town. We live far away from each other. We're not the same age, huge age gap even. Totally different religions, totally like all these vast differences. And I have a video about how to handle vast differences if you want to look that up. But yeah, so it scares you. And sometimes you're just like, I don't even know you. How can I have these intense feelings for you? This is crazy. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that we run. I guess another one would be, you tend to settle. You tend to think that, whoever you're with is who you deserve. You deserve to be punished and treated like crap, and you're comfortable with that, and so you stick that out, and you feel like, hang on just a moment. This person might have money, they make you feel more comfortable, they're warm and cozy in a different way. They are Well, you know all the reasons that you settle. You're more comfortable doing that. Maybe it would disrupt your career, and your career is the number one thing to you. It's the most important thing to you. So maybe you dive into work and avoid the person altogether. And a lot of you are like, in that situation, think that you don't have enough money. That's like a big one. Like, I don't have enough this, I don't have enough that. You're thinking in lack. And so you settle for whoever's there at the moment, or whoever your family expected you to marry, or like whatever you're being encouraged to do by your friends and family and whatnot. There's a lot of influences that come into play with settling. But here's the other factor too. If you are settling, and you usually have been before this kind of relationship comes into your life and shocks the hell out of you, is that you've been with somebody and you've kind of known that you couldn't quite trust them, so you open up just a little bit. Maybe you open up about something big and they don't respond well. So you're like, ooh, so you pull back your heart and you're like, and then you try another thing. Or you keep trying to tell them things about yourself and they could care less, and they're just like, whatever, would you just shut up because I'm trying to watch a movie? Or would you just, like, seriously, do we have to talk about this all the time? It's kind of like, they don't really give a crap. They just want your money. They just want your whatever they want. And sometimes, sometimes a true love relationship gets tired of you too. But I'm just saying, like, it's not a good fit and you're trying, but you just give a little bit, and then you ultimately just figure out, I can't really be myself. We don't know any better to know that things could be different, but you're just like, well, I'll give a little bit, right? And then even then, it's like you guys break up and you're devastated. Could I have done something different? Should I have done something different? Oh my gosh, I'm missing this person who is already in my town, already at my church, already in, she's an actress too. She was in my industry. She was perfect. It's like you boost them up like they're these incredible people. Gosh, we're even with these terrible narcissist psychopaths and still like convince ourselves that was a good thing that we lost, that it will go years having been cheated on or all kinds of things and been like, but the good parts were so good. It's so funny what we do. But anyway, so if you've invested that little, I should say, this much in that kind of a relationship, how much, and you were like absolutely devastated and maybe didn't date for years afterwards, or just, you were just annihilated by this, or maybe you did give your whole heart. Maybe you gave your whole heart and this person didn't even appreciate it. And so you're all devastated and everything, right? So here comes this other person along that's like a whole other category of person that you've never even run across before. Somebody who you immediately feel like you can trust, who you know that they're kind-hearted, that they would care about your stuff. You know that they would listen to you, and you're just like, whoa. So you would open up, that you would open up that much more to that person, and that you would fall so hard for this person. And that if they left you, and you've convinced yourself, I'm cursed, so they would, because I've had all this bad string of people, why wouldn't they leave too? Which it's not about that, it's that you had the wrong person. And if you want to learn more about that, watch my video, Different Types of True Love Relationships, to figure that out. Or watch some of these other little videos where I've been talking about, like, don't settle and stuff like that. Anyway, though, sometimes we convince ourselves that we're just not going to find somebody great. So when somebody really super incredible comes along, we just talk ourselves out of it, We just get scared and run away from it. And I don't care what other kinds of projects we work on. They're just absolutely incredible. When it comes to your heart, when it comes to your emotions, it hurts to be devastated. It hurts to have somebody rock your world like that and totally hurt you and annihilate you. So we want to avoid that at all costs. So that's what it's about. It's about running away from truly becoming more intimate with somebody than we could have ever imagined, and then knowing that you could lose that. They could die even, or they could walk away or whatever. But that with this person, you would die. You would just die if you lost them or if something happened. So it's like, why even go there? I'm not even going to go near it. But this allure happens, and you just keep being drawn to each other and magnetized toward each other, no matter what. And both of you are kind of doing it. Both of you kind of peeking in on each other here and there, and it just starts, whether you like it or not. When we get to where we've matured, like significantly, and we're like, you know what? I don't need to please everybody. I don't need to be afraid of this. I can give love a shot again. I think this is something different, and I'm willing to put myself out there again, just for my sake, for my my own growth. And I want to see what intimacy is like, a deep intimacy like this. When you get to where you grow past all the people pleasing and all the blockages, all the obstacles that you've put in your own way, all the self-sabotage, then you're like, then the plotting begins. How can I go visit her? How can I pop in and surprise her? How can I what can I do to make up for this? What can I do for after all this ghosting and stupid people that I dated anyway to settle because I was so scared? Which were great learning lessons, by the way. When you date those other people, they're really great lessons in figuring out what you want and what you don't want, and they'll make you appreciate your true love that much more. So don't worry about it. And this other person loves you so hella much that it's like, no, there's no way they're not going to hear what you have to say. There's just no way. I don't care how mad they are. You see it in the movies all the time. They can be as mad as they can just be mad, real mad. And they're still going to listen to you when you show up with your heart on your sleeve. Trust me. Anyway, okay. I didn't want to make this too long of a video, but I hope this helps you guys. There's a reason for it. There's a design. It's been there since the beginning of time. And trust it. Trust that it's a process. Both of you grow up. When you meet each other, you make each other grow up in different ways. And you kind of get ready. You kind of have to acclimate to this kind of relationship. And then it just comes out of nowhere, surprises the hell out of you, and you guys get your start. So, all right. Good luck, you guys. Talk to you later.